of British films hoping to raid the UK box office this week. The other is a micro-budgeted drama about two Russian friends who descend upon London with a view to bleeding the system dry. I'll be meeting the star and the director of Bigga Than Ben in just a moment, but first, here's a look at the movie itself.
In this country, money can buy you anything, even bloody night food. You just have to have the cash.
I'll teach you how to make money.
Ben, can you tell me about the character you play and the plot of the movie?
Well, I play a character called Sobaka, who is one of two degenerate Russian characters who had the intention of coming to London in order to rip it off. They wanted to scam the West, essentially, and then head home back to Russia. And it's the story of how their friendship develops, and how London treats them and their impact on London.
Do you have an experience? Would you see we're subject to racial, ethnic, sexual, or any kind of discrimination? I mean, you need a permit. I mean, you have to go to the refugee council and ask for political asylum, then you have to live in a refugee hostel for 6 months. Well, you could buy a permit. It costs anybody £1,850, but it's no fair ID, never check authenticity, presumption of innocence and all that. Do you speak English?
Do you?
Do you find it difficult, Ben, to place yourself, in the mindset of an itinerant, disaffected Russian youth?
I was lucky enough to be in a cast of Russians, Romanians, people who genuinely didn't have a firm grasp of the English language. And Susie, through myself and Andrei Chadov, who plays Spiker, together in this North London flat with bottles of vodka and cigarettes, and said, get on with it.
You only have half the deposit, you see, so your choices are limited. What is smell? What smell?
I think your execution of the movie is clearly, purposefully quite rough around the edges. I mean, how does that complement the story you're telling?
These guys, they came and they lived in Alperton and, Brixton and they didn't live in Westminster, but everywhere else we went, they kind of spent some time there. They hung out in Camden, so it was all those places that somebody from Russia would go to and go, this is what we think London's going to be like. And then there's that shock of, oh my God, it's an armpit, And they were used to Big Ben, all those cliched ideas, which it wasn't.
In what way does it help a movie of this scale to have someone like Ben on board?
Well, people will hear of it. But no, it was great. I mean, thank you.
That's all right.
Prince Caspian, that was very useful.
That's the reason I did it.
К счастью, я сохранил вот это. Они просрочены, не так ли?
It's for one chocolate. Artas steals all our money. Huh? What do you think about this? Nothing.
Well, what do you expect? He's a junkie.
Susie, what do you think audiences can expect from this movie?
I didn't want to make a typically British film, which I don't think it is, and I think we kind of, in this country, I might be wrong, but we do rely heavily on the kind of literature background, and really we should be thinking more about the visual and trying to tell stories in pictures rather than, with the greatest respect to Shakespeare and Oscar Wilde, you don't always have to go down that road.
Great. Well, Susie and Ben, it was fantastic to meet you, and really good luck with the movie.
You too,
Thank you very much.
But we don't talk about that. Are you from round here? How do you do? I'd like to talk about that. Talk over gin and teacups and leaves on the lawn. Violence a bus stop.
My thanks to Ben.